Hi everyone, thank you for clicking on this video of mine. Today I wanted to do sort of a simple makeup routine, well simple for me, and also inspired by people who wear glasses. I usually just wear my contacts, but I wore glasses in the past, so I kind of remember what this was like. And my sister, who likes to watch my videos, she was saying, I love your makeup looks, I want to try them, but every time I do my makeup, as soon as I get my eyes all looking pretty, I'm feeling good, I can't see them anymore. So, you put your glasses on, you can't see your eye makeup. And I have bigger glasses too, so you can see it a little more, but especially on smaller glasses, everything is covered up. So I really want to do a video that you can do makeup like this that's not a lot of effort, because I'm mad too whenever I put 45 minutes into my, or longer sometimes, into my entire makeup look, and either it doesn't turn out right or it looked great on, Pinterest, but me with my more hooded eyes, you just can't see it as well. So sometimes you just want to do something simple to still feel good about yourself, feel beautiful. So I'm gonna do a few things here that don't take that long to do, and yeah, just for something a little pick-me-up makeup. Alright, so I may be changing my tune on primers a little bit. I think I'm just using kind of the wrong ones, because lately I would try my e.l.f. one again, which I'm out of this one now. This is the Poreless primer. And this one I got in my Ipsy bag, the Pore-fessional by Benefit. So it's just a tiny little thing. But I really like it. This is their Hydrate primer. I like most people hate the silicone-y feel. I love the silicone-y feel on primers. I feel that is what covers me up better. I was just watching a video the other day. I think it was, this is terrible. It was either Jaclyn Hill or Nikki Tutorials saying that primer is kind of like skincare. It works different on everybody. Everybody needs their own. For this video too, I'm going to be using minimal brushes. I did not grow up with a lot of brushes in my makeup bag personally. I had I had a big fluffy brush. It wasn't these ones. These are my newer ones. Newer as in they're 8 years old. But I had a big fluffy brush like this, and a smaller one. It was kind of more angled. And then I don't even think I had eyeshadow brushes. I may have had one. It was all from my mom's old Mary Kay kit. And so I had maybe one brush. So I would use those crappy little spoolies that, came, not spoolies, little pads that came with your eyeshadow kits. So I want to try to do a video that's minimal on the brushes too. And again, for some people this may be that's way more brushes than I have, because I have 0 brushes. And if you have 0 brushes, I would try to get some. You don't even have to get crazy expensive ones. I get mine from the drugstore or Amazon. I buy those $15 packs with 20 brushes. But if you want to invest in really expensive ones, go for it, but that's just not my vibe. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to go in with the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk in 510 Porcelain. As you can see, my new skincare has not been helping. I don't know if just not doing it right or what, but my acne is still large and in charge. And the hardest thing is because it's hormonal acne. And in my opinion, that's one of the hardest ones to get rid of. Alright, foundation is done. Now, since this is just a BB cream or a CC cream, whatever you want to call it, obviously it does not cover everything here, but that's what I wanted. Because I don't want to clog my pores really more than necessary, which I know, just don't wear makeup and your clogs won't pour. Your pores won't clog as much, but I love my makeup. So I do like, especially with acne or like troubled skin, I feel like sometimes when you get those real full coverage foundations, sometimes it makes your skin look even worse. Sometimes it doesn't stick right. Sometimes it just makes it look really cakey because you're putting so much on to try to cover it. And so it's like, I like a BB cream to just kind of smooth out my skin and not necessarily cover everything. But that already looks so much better than when I had nothing on. So now I am going to use some concealer, but not a whole lot, because again, this is just a simple makeup routine, simple for me. I'm using the Caprice Camouflage concealer, and I'm just going to do a little bit under my eyes here, a little bit on my chin, and just kind of like some of my troubled spots along my cheek and my jawline. And I'm going to take that same brush, I use foundation, just kind of and blend that all out. Alright, so now I'm going to use a little bit of powder, because again, with troubled skin, sometimes when you put too much stuff on, it just looks like cake face, which is not cute. We all know cake face is not cute. I need coffee. Alright, so I'm going to use the Airspun. This is in translucent, loose face powder. And I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush like this. Normally I would take like my smaller brush and be like really going under my eyes and like getting more precise with everything, or I'll use like a sponge to really get it, but I just want to set it enough that it's not going to be like greasy and running everywhere. Just take a little bit and go all over my face with it. So next, we're still sticking with some powders here. I just got this palette the other day and I'm in love with it. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Highlight and Contour Pro Palette. So it's got all kinds of colors in here. So first what I'm going to do is kind of brighten my under eye a little bit. So I'm going to take this kind of peachy color and just go under here. Because things I think that's really important to focus on whenever you are wearing glasses and a lot of your eye makeup is being covered, like, okay, well, make sure your skin looks nice, not perfect, but just like make sure your skin looks nice, your brows, and your lip. Those are important things there, in my opinion, because pretty much all your eye makeup is going to be covered. But I'm still going to do eye makeup because that's me, because I'm extra and I'm just ridiculous like that. So that just brightens it up a little bit there. And now I'm going to combine, this light's really bright, I can't see my colors. I'm going to combine these two colors for my cheek contour. And I'm just going to do a little bit of it. And I usually, because I don't really have natural cheekbones, as you can see, so I usually just start kind of to the top of my ear and bring it down a little bit. And I like to blend it up into my cheeks because I'm so fair-skinned that it just gives me a little more color, which I like. I'm gonna do my brow, not my brow, my forehead a little too, my eye. I cannot speak this morning. Clearly have not had enough coffee. My hairline, oh my gosh, my eyebrow, my brow bone. What is this? Oh my gosh. So for my jawline here, I can't even blame baby for this because I never had the greatest jawline to begin with when I got older and gained a little bit of weight. I know, marriage does that to you. So I'm going to use this darker shade right here. And I'm going to do my jawline. And again, I like to kind of start behind my ear and just bring it down, almost where you can like stick it under your jawbone. Because if you bring it up too high, then it's up on your cheek and it just looks muddy, looks weird. And if you bring it too low, then you can really see it. So kind of where your natural shadow is, but if you don't, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, I know some people who don't even really have that, like they just have, they don't really have a jawline. It just kind of goes down. So if you can just kind of feel where that bone is, everyone has that bone, whether you have a jawline or not, everyone has a jawbone. You can feel that bone and just kind of shove it right under there and bring it down. Alrighty, so that's it for this palette here. So we're gonna move on to, oh no, I forgot blush. So for blush, I'm gonna use OFRA Madison Millard. This is in the color Sweet Stuff. And I'm going back in with that big fluffy brush. And it's very important to find blushes that match your skin tone. I think the easiest way to figure out, okay, what kind of blush is gonna look good on me is what is kind of your undertone. If you're very warm undertoned, then more the like peachy, corally, or like more vibrant pinks is what I think look good on people. Whereas the cooler based ones, which I don't know if coral would be considered cooler based, to be completely honest, but I find that on fair skin, coral looks really pretty. Corals and light pinks, like baby pinks, is what looks really good on fair skin, I believe. So it's kind of like whatever your undertone is, amplified is what is when your blush is going to look its absolute best. All right, so that is it for face. Now we're going to move on to more of the eyes. I'm going to use Maybelline's Brow Ultra Slim. So it has, on one side it has the spoolie, and then on the other side it has like the little pen. So I'm first going to brush up my brows, and I'm just going to come a little closer so I can see. Alright, so don't judge me, my eyebrows may done so bad. I'm a hairdresser, I work in a salon, I have a wax machine right there. I turn it on and off every single day. Do I wax my own brows? No, because I'm lazy. I'll be at work all day and I'll be like, oh my gosh, my brows look so bad. I need to wax them tonight. Sometimes I'll even write a note on the appointment book, like, Maggie, wax your brows tonight. Then at the end of the day, I'm ready to go home, ready to see my husband, ready to see my baby, ready to take my shoes off. And I don't wax my brows, so don't judge me. I just need to buy a machine for my house. Okay, so clearly, look at all that crap. But I have like some sparse bits here, so I'm just really, So I'm just gonna really fill in some of the sparse bits here. Now I have very, very thick brows, obviously. So I don't need a ton of help with shape. Because if I reshape them too much, because of how thick my eyebrows are, you can see what is my eyebrow and what has been drawn on. So I kind of have to just go with the shape of my brow. But if you have really sparse eyebrows, you can still do this part here. Just kind of clean them up a little bit with, not clean them up, but fill in some sparse bits, but sometimes I know it can look a little funny. Because if your brows are really thin and small, if you're just going in with a pencil, sometimes you can see those lines. That's why I like a spoolie so much, because you can soften that up. And if you don't have a great natural shape to begin with, if you just go in and fill it in, you're gonna hate that shape even more. So if you need to kind of draw them in a little more, like draw the shape, I would just lightly just kind of brush it back and forth there. Just kind of create the shape you like. You still need to follow your natural brow a little bit, because you can't make your brows be something they're not. As in, if you have a natural really high arch, you cannot get those like kind of more straight across eyebrows, kind of like Miley Cyrus has those more like straight across eyebrows. And if you have the straight across eyebrows, you are not getting a Demi Lovato arch. It's just not happening unless you like completely shave off your brows and create it, which you can. You can totally shave off your brows and create your own. But if you're just wanting something simple like this, just I just need a little bit of definition, then just kind of go with your natural shape. But you can give it a little help. Like here, I have an arch, but it's so sparse up there. So I always kind of help it along by filling that in a little bit. I'm just a hot mess today, guys. I apologize. We love a hot mess, don't we? So I always say to my clients when they're like, oh, I'm a hot mess today. And I always go, you know what? That's why you're here, to get that fixed. Let's take the mess out of there so you just walk out of here hot. Some of them laugh and are like, thank you so much. Others are like, it's okay. I think people go to hairdressers, certain hairdressers, 90% because of their personalities and 10% because of how they do their hair. Because I've had people do my hair that are amazing at doing hair, but I hated their personality, and I'm like, I don't want to go to her anymore. Like, you're sitting there for 2 hours getting your hair done, and you're like, they just talked about themselves, or, you know, they just complained the whole time, and it's annoying. Like those videos where they're like annoying hairdressers, it's so true. I've worked with people like that before that just want to talk about themselves, want to whine, complain the entire time, and you're like, this isn't about you, this is about the client. Sorry, this went on a totally different rampage. I just need to do a different video talking about client horror stories and fellow hairdresser horror stories. So let's move on to eyelids then. One of the things I find is that, okay, if you are wearing glasses, you're not gonna see your makeup that much, don't put that much effort into it, is my personal opinion. I mean, if you wanna sit there and do a whole like smoky cat eye, rainbow look, like go for it, girl. But a lot of times you're gonna be disappointed then when you slip those glasses on and you're like, I can't even see all the work and effort that went into this. And it's frustrating. So I still like to, I cannot do a full face of makeup without eyeshadow. My sister tried to get me to do that for her wedding because my sister is not really a makeup wearer because she does have trouble with her skin. She does wear glasses a lot and she just doesn't want to take the time or spend the money to do it. And so when I was gonna do her makeup for her wedding, she's like, don't put any eyeshadow on me because she has very hooded eyes. I'm making my sister sound like really weird here. She's beautiful. I'm sorry, Jenny, you're beautiful. But she does have very, very hooded eyes. So when you do all this eye makeup on her, it just, as soon as she opens her eyes, or especially smiles, you know, when you smile, your eyes get smaller, her eye makeup just disappears. So she said, I don't want any eye makeup on my wedding day. I'm like, Jenny, that is like sacrilegious to not have eyeshadow on. You have to have eyeshadow on your wedding day. I'm like, I can't do all your face and leave out eyeshadow. And so she let me do it. She gave in and it looked great because it was minimal. And so what I think is best whenever you do have like really hooded eyes, but you just want a little something extra, or you just want to do it for yourself, or you're wearing glasses and you can't see the eye makeup, just do something simple. And I think something that still shows up pretty good is a shimmery, like a light shimmery. For her wedding day, I did like a shimmery purple, not glittery, shimmery, so like metallic-y. I can't open this. So today I'm gonna use, I got this in my Ipsy bag too, and this, let's see, PYT Beauty. Never heard of this brand, but I love this. So it's got like the 4 colors. So this is supposed to be like day to night, but I use all 4 on myself. So I'm gonna use just this shimmery one right here. This one is called Happy Hour. So I'm just using a big fluffy brush here, and I'm just gonna go all over my eyelid. And I'm gonna bring it up a little into the crease and over the crease. And that's it. That is my eyeshadow look for the day. So it's just simple, but it's something that you know you have it on even if like other people can't see it. And they'll be able to see if you bring it up on your lid a little bit, not your lid, but your brow bone a little bit, you'll be able to see it. Other people will be able to see it a little bit. And I feel like something just light and shimmery, you can still see through glasses a little bit. So it just kind of makes you feel a little better, like I got my makeup done. So now I'm gonna use some liner. This is the Luna liner, and it's just like a little felt tip pen. Now I'm not gonna do like a full-blown like wing or anything like that, because again, you're not really gonna see it, but I feel like it just helps add a little definition. I'm just gonna do from the outer corner kind of to like right here, like a 1/4 inch away from my inner line, like my water line. It's not my water line. I swear I can't speak this morning. Away from my inner corner. And that just kind of helps thicken up the lash line a little bit. And for some people who have really hooded eyes, like my sister, you can skip this step if you want to, because it does kind of, okay, you can just look here. Obviously, it takes up more eyelid space, but I still feel it kind of helps it look a little better because it makes your eyelashes look thicker, in my opinion. But again, if you're like, it just completely took half my eyelid off then with, you know, you can't even see any eye makeup anymore, you can skip this step. So I'm gonna go in with some mascara. And I recently asked a coworker who just has the most lovely eyelashes. I'm like, what do you use? And she told me what mascara she uses, and I'm like, it's like a $35 mascara. I ain't using that. And she said, she was like, always use a lash primer though. And she like recommended a few like drugstore primers. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went ahead and bought the Voluminous Lash Paradise by Loreal primer. And so this, it's a matching set with the mascara, but I'll be completely honest, I was loving this mascara. I'd used it a couple times before in the past, because I switch mascaras like every single time. And I loved this at first, and then after like 2 weeks, I'm like, I remembered why I hated this and switched to a different one, because if this works for you, great. But for me, it gets clumpy so quickly. Like within 2 weeks, this was already like, it's just clumpy. It feels like this is like 5 months old and I just dug it out of a drawer and started using it again. Like I had the worst spider lashes, which are so not cute. And, you know, I'm just gonna throw this away right now. Make sure I throw away the right one. Because it was awful, it was so bad. And I'm like, is it just my lashes? Because I've been wearing a lot of false lashes lately. And so I had gotten a little mini trial size mascara in my Ipsy bag. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do one eye with the primer and my old mascara. I'm going to do the other eye with the primer with, I'm going to use, excuse me, the Tarte Big Ego mascara. And this eye looked so much better. I'm like, okay, it's the mascara, it's not my lashes. But I did find a difference, or notice a difference, when I used the primer. I really like the primer so far. I'll keep you posted if I end up hating it too. So primer helps it just kind of give it a thicker coating, helps lengthen it a bit. So whenever you are like, you know, covering half your eye, I think good lashes, good brows and good lashes make a difference, because those are things, you know, your brows are like above the glasses and the lashes are right next to your eye. So you can still see your eyeballs, you know, behind glasses. Or if you have really hooded lids, you still see your eyeballs. And so since it's right next to it, you can get that length, you can get that beautiful look there. I just go through and coat all my lashes with it, top and bottom. I gotta let that dry for a minute. And now I'm going to do my inner corners with a little light beam, because I think that also helps kind of brighten up and open up your eyes. So this is, now remember, I only used this brush for my eyeshadow because I did one color. So I'm gonna take this right here. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is in light. And I'm gonna take a little brush like this, and I just do the inner corner right here. Just to kind of open that up. And I like to bring it kind of, ooh, super there. I like to bring it a little, almost like to where my lashes begin. on the bottom lash. So another thing you can do before I finish off with my mascara, so like I said, this is my simple eye look here, so you can totally keep it like this. But if you still want to get a little extra, and I love palettes like this that you just have your 4 basic colors, or 3 basic colors, doesn't really matter. Some have more, some have less. Because sometimes it just simplifies it. You're not like, what color do I want to use today? I use this one all the time. It's okay if you use the same one all the time. So this is, I'm going to show a couple different things that you can do to kind of take it to the next level if you want to. Or you can just leave it like this. Like, this looks beautiful already. So I'm going to take this lighter color. This is just a matte. This is Coffee Run. I love the names in this one. It's so cute. So I'm going to bring this way up here. And this is pretty similar to my skin tone, and I like that for a transition shade. And now I'm going to take the next color over. This is, I almost said this is Crease. That's where it goes. This is Day Trip. And I'm going to put this in my crease, just kind of deepen it up. And now I'm going to take this last color here. This is 2:02 a.m. And I'm going to put this on the outer corner, just kind of like half of my lid. The outer half of my lid. Kind of darken it up. So that just kind of takes it, you can either do, say, from day to night, you know, or just to the next level, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to do anything on my lower lashes, like eyeshadow wise, because I do feel that closes it a little more when you do have such small eyes or are wearing glasses. Like, you don't want to have like too much going on because you then can look a little raccoony. So I'm going to leave just, I'm going to do mascara still down there, but I'm not going to put any like eyeliner or eyeshadow down there. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the mascara. Again, I'm using the Tarte Big Ego. I kind of like this. Don't know if I'm going to buy the big one, but because I'm a drugstore girl. But if it comes in my Ipsy bag, I'm using it. Okay, so the last few things I'm going to do here, I forgot to put highlighter on earlier, so I'm going to do that now. This is by Suger. I don't know if it says the color. Champagne Champion. So I'm going to take the same brush I used to contour and lighten up under my eyes with. I'm just going to go right up my cheekbone there. Just give myself a little glow. And then for lips, just keeping it basic, this is Fenty Beauty. This is the Fussy lip gloss. So this one's the more pinky toned one. Alright, and I'm going to do a little bit of setting spray. So, got that all done. Here's my makeup look. It's just soft and sweet. It's easy to do. I find it easy to do anyways. This is just kind of a very quick out the door. If I was doing this without talking through all the steps and going off of my hairdresser rants, this would probably take me 10 minutes to do. Which for some people, 10 minutes is so long to do their makeup. They're like, oh my gosh, you think I have that kind of time? I have kids, or I like to sleep in, or I have a busy schedule. Or I just don't want to take 10 minutes on my makeup. That's fine. You don't have to. This is for someone who does want a full makeup look, who can take 10 minutes and only wants to take 10 minutes. So this is just, for me, a very basic but still full face makeup look. So I'm gonna slip my glasses on now. Enough rambling. I'm gonna slip my glasses on now to show you that it still all looks good and still looks together. I'm gonna come down here because the ring light is like way in my way. I'm gonna turn it around here. All right. Oh my gosh, you can still see it. Let me just turn off the ring light. There we go. Okay, so you can still see my eye makeup. And again, I do have bigger glasses, so not everyone can maybe be able to see as much as this. But I think it helps that it's just a simple kind of shimmery look. My skin looks nice. My brows look good. It's just all brought together without being a full like beat face, as they call it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned some good tips along the way. And Let me know if you tried it out and if it worked. So hope to see you on the next video. Bye!